Hi, welcome to the reveal for the Monday night picks. This is going to be the reveal for the folks that picked pile number 2. So let's get on it looking at the cards and see what the messages are. So what do we want to surrender to, the folks in pile number 2? And the card that came up is Surrender Obsessive Thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn a dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So when I look at this card, I actually see the girl holding the apple. And what comes to mind with me is, she knows the apple's poison. Is she going to take a bite out of it? And is she going to keep taking a bite out of it? Okay, probably wouldn't be the wisest thing to do. But if she's obsessing over it, she may just have to take that bite, which in the long run is going to end up, killing her if she eats the poison apple. So, that's kind of the scenario that I kind of saw with this card is, we're holding a poison apple in our hand. Are we going to take a bite out of it? So why are we continually letting the same thoughts run around in our heads that, aren't good for us? And that could, causes us sleepless nights, not eating, could cause health problems. So it's time to release that. And when you release that, more clarity is going to come in so that you can solve the problem. So the first card we got is the Fog, Veiled. So, when we talk about someone being in a fog, it's someone who's confused, disillusioned. They don't know quite where they are, can't see clearly. And this probably, when you're in this state, it's probably not the best time to be making any decisions. But it's important for you to know that this is just a cycle that you're going through. And, eventually the fog is going to lift and it's just going to be the sunshine there. But, while we're in this state, it's okay to allow the confusion, because any attempts that you make out of being frustrated, angry, it's only going to create more confusion. So at this point, if you're in this state of confusion, disillusionment, it's best to wait till that fog lifts before you make any decisions, because once the fog lifts, the sun's going to be there and there's going to be more clarity in your mind to be able to make a more sound choice or decision. The next card that came up is the Jaguar. Now the Jaguar is the predator of the rainforest, the jungle. He protects everybody. And he's definitely at the top of the food chain because he never becomes the prey. He knows how to move around with stealth. She can track her mark from distance and not be seen or heard. She's very, sneaky, that Jaguar is. And she moves gracefully through the jungle, relishing the abundance of the rainforest. And she's fearless and she's at ease. That's the essence of the Jaguar card. The Jaguar knows the ways beyond death and is the master of the shadows, blending invisibly between light and dark, night and day. So the Jaguar knows how to blend all aspects of themselves. Gets deep down in there, can see the shadows, can see the darkness, can see the light, but knows how to blend it all together within themselves. But I think, the biggest thing that the Jaguar message is sending is it wants you to explore things outside the walls that confine you. This fog that you're in, the obsessive thinking that you're in, it wants you to move out of that and push your limits and boundaries. She wants you to own your future and go out there and investigate the unknown. Because when you go out on an adventure, which we have down here, to the unknown, it's a mystery and you never know what's going to come up. So she's asking you to toss all caution to the wind. But your instinct's going to guide you in the right direction. The one thing I wanted to really point out with the Jaguar card, these cards are a little more in depth, so I do go into the book for these Mystical Shaman Oracle cards, is the medicine that comes with the Jaguar. And it talks about what in your life needs to be released. What have you carried around with you far too long, which is ready to be let go of once and for all. All these thoughts, all this confusion, it's time to let it go. Jaguar medicine is available to heal the fear so you can allow it to go. It's time to come out of the shadows and end the shadow games that you may have unconsciously agreed to play. Call on Jaguar to unfetter you from toxic relationships and recover your natural instinct for the right people and situations. Because the Jaguar as an animal does have a lot of natural instincts. She knows which way to go. She knows how to get around things. She knows how to not be seen and heard. And she's a survivor. You know, she's at that top. She's that protector of her own space, okay? So that I believe that's, you know, what this Jaguar card is asking you to be that protector of your own space, okay? Especially while you're in this state of confusion. The next card is the Skull of the Stars, and it's infinite possibilities. So the Skull of the Stars talks about, you know, we're all born out of particles of the stars, and we're born with we start with a blank slate, and we, you know, build off of that blank slate as we go on through our lives, okay? But what the Skull of the Stars wants you to do is, you know, it's so hard, it's so easy in the world to feel a tad lost, and feel small in such a big world, you know. Sometimes we feel unclear about direction, or we'll lose sight of our place in, you know, in life. But this Skull of the Stars is here to remind you that you're only limited by your own imagination and boundaries, okay? By the imagination and the boundaries that you set upon yourself. If you can dream it, you can do it. It's possible. That's what this card is saying. So it's time for you to think bigger and more broadly about your future and what you want to achieve in life, okay? I know sometimes that's hard to see that bigger picture, but that's what this card is really asking you to do. You know, it wants you to live the life that you want and to be true to your dreams. So once this fog lifts, okay, it's time to use the instinct of the Jaguar to think big and make those big dreams that you want to come to fruition for you. And along the way, if you need to cut some things out, then that's what you need to do. And stop overthinking things, okay? Just let the instincts guide you along the way. And know that you have many possibilities in front of you. The next card is about going on an adventure. So maybe it's an adventure of rediscovering yourself, okay? Once you move out of this, the sun comes out, you can see more clearly. You can move towards those dreams and those possibilities that are out there for you. What it says on the cards is dare to do things differently. So maybe you need to, you know, like I said, cut some things out, change the way you do some things. Don't get stuck in the routine of life. And you can manifest your dreams, you know, but it's time for you to go on an adventure with yourself, okay? So that you can get yourself out of this fog. But remember, while you're in that fog state, it's really important that you try not to make any big decisions. Just wait be patient and wait until it clears, okay? And trust your instincts along the way. Let me pull some Soul Trees cards to clarify some of these, although I think they were pretty clear. Okay, so over the fog, we got expansion. So once you come out of that state of being in the fog, of being confused, there's going to be the opportunity for growth, for, you know, building something bigger, expanding. Why is the Jaguar card here? Oh, 2 want to come out, 3 want to come out with that. So the Jaguar, flourish, find your passion, and be open to new possibilities, okay? Why is this little star card here? Okay, the Skull of Stars is saying that you're stuck. So you need to get out of that place of being stuck. Let's get another one for that. Why is the Skull of Stars stuck? Because you need to trust yourself. Need to trust that Jaguar instinct. Okay? That's why you're a little stuck. You're not seeing the infinite possibilities that are out there because you're getting yourself stuck in the same type of scenarios with the same types of confusion. One more card for the Skull of the Stars. What is the Skull of the Stars here? And maybe it's time to detach from some things. Okay, so get out of that place that you're stuck in. Trust your instincts and detach from what you need to detach from. Why is the Adventure card here? Why is the Adventure card here? Adventure, they want you to release. Treat yourself. So take care of yourself. Because if you're going to go on a new adventure, you got to be at your best. Not here. Be in that sunlight. And be resilient, okay? So the Flower of the Life, or of Life Oracle card that came with this is Dive In. Let us not be concerned with where we have come from or where we may be going. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and feel into the eternal moment happening now and now and now. Be in the present. Allow all to be as it is. Sink deeper into you. Fall into your grace. Dive in and allow the riches of you, infinite unconditional love, to be revealed. Let go, let it be. Allow your treasure, your riches, to shine brightly, shedding light into every part of you, illuminating any darkness, transforming it into love. Balanced energy that will reveal the very truth of you. Free yourself of all that holds you back. Okay, and I think, you know, that's kind of what all of this said is you know, you're in this state of confusion because you're stuck in that place where you're being held back. So it's time to get out of that place and go on that adventure and dream big and know that there's plenty of possibilities out there. Alrighty, so have a good night tonight.